Wrapping up a 3-game Eastern road trip tonight in South Florida against the Panthers. Our Northland Ford starting goaltenders.
Well, Nicklas Backstrom gets another shot here in the nets. We thought that he would likely get one of the games on this trip, and they're looking for him to step up big here in Florida to try and cap off this 3-game trip with a victory. But he's facing Roberto Luongo, and I'll tell you one thing, Luongo's playing some of the best hockey that we've seen him play in a long time. He's keeping the Panthers in plenty of the games, and that's why their record is going in the right direction.
Panthers have been finding ways to get points even in losses. They've lost 11 games this year, 6 of them in an extra session. Underway, and the puck is in the Florida zone. This is Aaron Ekblad, the #1 overall pick in last June's draft. Scandella steps up to break it up for Minnesota. Ekblad back to retrieve. It's one of 3 players from last June's draft already in the National Hockey League. Barkov into the Minnesota zone. Backstrom out to play it for the Wild. Loose puck winds up right on the stick of Sean Bergenheim, and his close-range shot is held by Backstrom.
Well, Gerard Gallant was acquired, brought in to help things go the right way, and he certainly has done that. He really likes to roll his 4 lines, get everybody in there. Mike Yeo has done some of that similar philosophy. Keep everybody's legs solid all the way through the game.
And here's a much-anticipated draw between Bjugstad and Haula. Former college roommates, Charlie Coyle threads one across for Haula. Haula then sends it wide. Haula in the middle of this Minnesota third line tonight. Nino Niederreiter and Charlie Coyle, the big physical wingers. Coyle moved back to wing after a couple games at the center spot. Mike Yeo wants to see more of that. Hits from Coyle. He's had 10 of them in the last 2 games. Haula delivers a hit on Upshaw as he plays it into the Minnesota zone. Loose puck scooped up by Huberdeau, but then he turns it over and Charlie Coyle has it for Minnesota. Coyle sends it into the Florida zone. Granlund just overskated a puck. Parisi to Granlund in the corner. Granlund trying to spin out of trouble. Dumba waits for a lane, then tried to throw one toward the net. It was blocked by Jokinen. Panthers come to center, and Brandon Peary sends it into the Minnesota zone. Peary in his first game back for Florida after missing the last 10 with an injury. Icing here against the Wild, and boy, surprise, surprise, Keith Ballard is in the middle of all the activity again here, exchanging jabs with Jimmy Hayes.
Jimmy Hayes is a considerably larger human, but that doesn't stop Ballard. Likely from the contact they had along the boards. But I didn't see anything that really led to that.
Phillies, Minnesota, 2 minutes slashing. 2 minutes cross-checking.
So they both get stick infractions, a slash and a cross-check. And you know what? You got to play with an edge. And we've seen Ballard do that here recently. See Prosser step up and do that as well. They're guys that can make a difference in a game in any way you can. And you can draw solid players off the ice, then you will gain an advantage there. And of course, Hayes has had a pretty good beginning to his year, 12 games and 9 points so far this season.
Ballard now with 15 penalty minutes in his last 4 games. He had only 2 prior to that stretch. 4-on-4 hockey. Koivu into the zone, drops for Zucker. His shot right on, knocked down by Luongo. Zucker then centered, and Luongo covers before Koivu could get there. We're going to face off in the Panther zone.
Well, the mindset maybe is already underway here of getting pucks to the net. Zucker's a shooter, and he knows he likes to shoot. He knows he likes to score. But if you're passing up on shots, that's not going to happen. And this is a sharp angle shot, and Luongo handles it very well. But it's about the mindset. It's about getting pucks to the net. That one steered away, but Zucker had no other play. So the default always should be get the puck at the net and look for a rebound.
Kopetsky in the corner for Florida. Pestered from behind by Suter, then he dumps it down low, and Jared Spurgeon scoops it up behind him for the Wild. Spurgeon hit by McKenzie, Now Kopecky joins the fight. Spurgeon trying to tie him up. Kopecky had it for a moment. Spurgeon knocks it away with a stick. That battle continues, and it's Kopecky that emerges. Plays to the point. Zucker able to poke it away, and nearly a breakaway, but Kulikov got just enough of it to disrupt. Granlund into the Florida zone. Drops for Parise. Parise tried to cut to the slot. Lost the puck. Huberdeau knocks it away. Bukestad drops it back. And Willie Mitchell brings it in offside.
Well, Willie Mitchell, remember him fondly. He has a C on his sweater. They acquired him for his leadership. Talked to him this morning, and he says this is a pretty good mix. I asked him where the Florida Panthers are in their life cycle as far as a team's concerned. He actually said they're probably fairly close to the LA Kings in about the 2009-2010 area, right before they really started to step up and push things forward. Of course, there were some good acquisitions in there, Jeff Carter being one of them for the Kings, but Willie Mitchell likes the mix of young, talented players that this squad has, of course, with some good veteran leadership as well, and he is one of them.
Granlund tied up by Ekblad in the corner. Bukestad through neutral ice, lost the puck to Scandella and across to Dumba. Matt Dumba waits for the Wild to finish a change. Back and forth with Scandella. Now Dumba leads it ahead for Pominville. Pominville into the Florida zone. Lost it at the blue line. Barkov starts back the other way. Brad Boyes into the Minnesota zone. Left around Spurgeon, but couldn't get a shot away. Ben Boyes sends Dumba reeling with a heavy shoulder. Ballard out of the penalty box for 5-on-5. Ballard dumps it in for Minnesota and heads off.
Dumba's game was quite often physical when he was in junior. He's standing up against a lot heavier, stronger, and tougher guys than junior, but good to see him make the effort nonetheless.
Suter to Brodziak. Brodziak drops to Vanek. Vanek waits and has his shot blocked. And the Panthers send it the length of the ice. This will be icing against Florida. Our Toyota Key staff talking about where this Panther franchise is headed. Tonight we get a look at some of their top young stars, and if you look at the success they've had in the first round recently, they haven't missed very often. They've had high picks, no doubt about it, but if you look at the players they've selected, they've received production already.
Yeah, seeing some fairly young guys already step up and be productive into the league and with this team. Ekblad only 18.
Ekblad number 1 last year. Barkov number 2 the year before that. Picked right after Nathan McKinnon. Huberdeau was the 3rd overall pick back in 2011. Fontaine to Brodziak. Fontaine then has it back and Brodziak dumps it in. Brodziak, Carter, Fontaine, the 4th line for Minnesota tonight. Backstrom to play it for Minnesota. Hands it off to Nate Prosser and back around behind for Marco Scandella, who's been red hot for the Wild lately. 3 points in his last 3 games, including a couple of goals. This will be icing against the Wild. It's been a bit of a choppy start here on both sides.
Well, I think Florida recognizes that the Minnesota Wild are a pretty decent first period team. And of course, they're just coming off of a pretty good road trip. Willie Mitchell said this is the classic trap game for the Panthers. Come back from a successful road trip in your first home game. You don't want to come out flat. And he said that it's up to him and leaders like him in the locker room to make sure that the Panthers are ready for the Minnesota Wild.
Charlie Coyle taps it out to neutral ice. Niederreiter throws it across for Erik Haula. Haula dumps it into the Panther zone. Kulikov back to pick it up. Jokinen cross-ice pass, off target. And McCarron picked up by Suter. Across to Spurgeon. Jared Spurgeon weaving his way through neutral ice. Dumps it into the Panther zone. Luongo to play it. Spurgeon pinching to hold the zone. Tried to get it to Zucker, but it hopped by him in the corner. Vanek and Bukestad. Bump along the boards. Jimmy Hayes tried to get it out, but could not. Zucker left alone. He scores! Mikko Koivu fired one across ice, and Jason Zucker finishes. Minnesota leads 1-0.
Zucker did not waste any time there. Watch how quickly the puck gets on his stick and he shoots it. That's what the Wild have been missing a little bit lately. There's not the extra pass. There's not the holding on to it or trying to find a better angle. It's getting rid of that puck in a hurry. And Zucker, we saw him do it earlier in this period. And this time he gets paid off for it on a quick feed by Koivu and a great release.
New look line combination for Mike Yeo, with Koivu skating between Vanek and Zucker. Vanek with a battle along the wall. Koivu with a brilliant play to steal the puck and feed Zucker. Zucker finishes. It's 1-0 for Minnesota. Granlund to Pominville at the Florida line. Across to Parisi in the corner. Granlund shoved up against the boards by Goodbranson. Goodbranson, another top 5 overall pick. He was the 3rd selection. Prosser here with a shot, and that deflects off the end glass. Granlund hit in the corner. Koivu the only assist on the Zucker goal that has Minnesota in front. Pominville to Parisi. Tried to get a shot away but could not. Huberdeau starts back. Pominville intercepts and feeds Prosser. Both teams changing as Nate Prosser waits in his own zone. Now Prosser sends it all the way across for Carter. Carter into the Florida zone. Has his centering pass deflect off the end boards and delivers a hit in the corner. Boy's a big physical winger for Florida. Here he's coasting through the neutral zone, and Fontaine comes away with the puck for Minnesota. Wild dump it in. Luongo to play it. Kulikov tied up by Brodziak. Now Carter joins the battle in the corner. Brodziak with a takeaway for Minnesota, but he couldn't get it across to Carter, and the Panthers clear to center. Ballard fires it back in for the Wild. In behind the net. Hayes has it. Pressure applied by Haula. Charlie Coyle intercepts one at neutral ice. And it's Jokinen in for Florida. Drops it back. The shot by Peary was blocked. Coyle able to clear the zone. Campbell back in his own zone for Kulikov, and now ahead for Hayes at center. At the Minnesota line, he lost the puck. Niederreiter dumps it in. Nobody home for Minnesota, and Peary plays it in behind for Campbell. These teams have had a history of playing tight, low-scoring games. 5 out of the last 8 meetings have been decided by a 3-2 score. 2 of the remaining 3 were 2-1 victories for the Panthers.
Oh, you can see why. His shots on goal right now listed as 2-1.
Vanek on the rebound, stopped by Luongo. More pressure applied by the Zucker-Vanek-Koivu line. And here we get a whistle. Panthers offside. Jason Zucker scoring for Minnesota off a feed from Mikko Koivu, his 7th of the year. It's 1-0 Wild.
Jason Zucker makes his dad proud on the father's trip here down in Florida for the Minnesota Wild as he gives the Wild a 1-0 lead. Matthew Dumba, the youngest member of the Minnesota Wild, is just 20 years old, and his father, Charles, really enjoying this opportunity.
I think the main focus, part of the thing is catching up with the dads and getting to know the dads, and, because time goes fast. It seems like just yesterday you were just taking them to the rink when they're 6, and now they're 20 and 25 and 30, and so time goes quick, and you sure want to make some connections with people that you hopefully are lifelong friends with.
Any parent knows how fast that time goes by, and this morning in the locker room, Matthew Dumba was talking about how his teammates, Eric Haula and Mikael Granlund, are giving him a hard time about the 3 fathers who have become fast friends, trying to teach Mr. Dumba the Finnish routine, and great time for everybody, guys. It's really been a special time for the players and their dads, along with their special guests. It wraps up tonight, and from talking to the Wild players, they really want to send them off with a win here tonight.
I wonder if Charles Dumba was teaching them how to speak Canadian. Because that is a different language, Kevin.
I couldn't hear the bite.
Ballard has it here for Minnesota. I think the Canadians and the Finns were having no trouble communicating. Hockey's a universal language. Vanek in the corner. It's been a great couple of days with brothers and fathers along. Had a chance to spend some time yesterday with a pretty good chunk of the Wild coaching staff. And they have their brothers along with them. Enjoying just a little glimpse into what the life of the NHL is all about. Backstrom to play it here for Minnesota.
Maybe we should bring him to some colder climes. Give him a full view of how things can be.
Granlund has it for Minnesota. Plays ahead for Pominville. Pominville cut off, tried to go back to Granlund. Parise has it in the corner for Minnesota. Spins away from trouble. Granlund back to Parise. Pushed it just wide. And we're going to get a penalty here. Hooking the call. Power play next. Wild 1, Panthers 0. Our DQ fan cam shows you there are plenty of Wild fans in attendance here. Same was true in Tampa earlier on the trip.
Huberdeau heads off for hooking, and so the Wild, maybe their fans can get fired up here. Wild need that power play to start clicking. Draw some separation in hockey games.
Face-off in the Panther zone. Pominville will take the draw. Suter and Spurgeon at the points. Pominville, Parise, Granlund up front. Wild's first power play chance tonight. Scored 4 power play goals in their last 5 games. As we mentioned in the pregame show, they have just 1 power play goal on the road all season. Parise back to Suter. Suter fires through traffic. Pominville on the rebound. That was blocked. Spurgeon recovers. Suter back to Spurgeon. Spurgeon down low to Pominville. Back to Spurgeon. Suter winds and fires off the end glass. Parise has it in the corner. Leaves it for Granlund. Granlund back up high for Suter. Back to Granlund. Granlund looks and throws one off the glass. Spurgeon to Pominville. Banks it off the boards to Suter. Across to Granlund. Down low, Parise. Parise waits. Across to Spurgeon. Fanned on the one-timer. Good shot by Pominville, and Luongo got a pad on it. Granlund. Back to Parise. Parise tried to jam one in at the side of the net. Granlund back with it for Minnesota. A lot of time in the offensive zone for the Wild. But so far, they can't get one by Luongo on the power play. Kopecky dumps it in, and both teams change.
I'd like to see the Wild shooting the puck more. Got to get it down away from traffic. They also missed the net a couple times on that sequence.
Here they're offside as Koivu lost control of the puck just before he dumped it into the zone. Half a minute left in the Wild power play.
Well, Niederreiter has excelled, at least so far this year, on the man advantage. See if he can get some good looks here at the tail end of this power play.
Koivu, Vanek, Niederreiter up front for the Wild. Scandella carries it ahead. Gives to Dumba. And Dumba rings it in. Panthers get a quick clear. And the power play will come to an end in a matter of seconds as Scandella pushes forward. Haula's pass for Vanek was deflected. Haula got it back, dumped it in. Again, gloves and drops. Finally works around Willie Mitchell. Try to get it to Niederreiter, but that's intercepted, and Barkov plays it ahead. Panthers back at full strength. First power play chance for Minnesota. Fails to click. Mitchell to the Minnesota line. Dumba knocks it down, and a hand pass called against Minnesota. It's Tix the season. Pay no ticket fees for all remaining home games beginning Black Friday through Cyber Monday. Learn more at wild.com/no fees. Loose puck picked up by Barkov. Out to the point for Kulikov. Boys trying to escape Ballard and does. Drops it back. Backhand chance by Campbell, but never really got it through. And now we're going to get a penalty against Minnesota. A hooking call. And it looks like Ballard will be heading to the penalty box for the second time tonight.
Coaches would rather see more aggressive style penalties. Look like maybe a stick infraction. I think they're going to get them for something else. No, it's going to be another stick infraction, something that coaches definitely don't want. If you're getting in there and roughing a guy up, then there's a bit of an argument that could be made there. You're playing aggressive, but you're getting the hook in there, the slashes. Typically that means you're not moving your feet enough.
Panthers on to the power play. They have power play goals in 4 of their last 5 games. Nice play by Brodziak to kick that puck out. For Kulikov to go back and lead the rush for Florida. Minnesota's penalty kill, very good all year. 5th in the league at just a shade under 87%. Prosser battling along the boards with Huberdeau. Howla comes away with it and sends it the length of the ice. Campbell carries forward for Florida. Panthers on the power play for another minute 10. Barkov into the Minnesota zone. Spurgeon double teamed along the wall. Jokinen tried to play it up to the points, but it's intercepted and cleared by Erik Haula. Campbell again will carry forward. 50 in the power play. So far, good pressure by Minnesota on this penalty kill. Spurgeon ducks underneath the check. Boyes comes away with the puck and gets it out to the point. Ekblad holds his own. Suter watching Barkov along the boards. Jokinen up high for Campbell. Campbell pressured by Zucker. Panthers finally established the offensive zone on the power play. Campbell fires and a glove saved by Backstrom. He tracked it well with traffic in front of him.
Well, a good power play is one that has plenty of movement, not just the puck, but bodies as well. You see that the Panthers got the puck where they wanted to, right to the middle, top of the blue line. But their screen kind of dissipated. And players go to the front of the net, but by the time the shot came, there had been too much movement. Backstrom was able to glove that. Not a lot of shots for Backstrom in this period. He's only faced 3 so far.
Heavy hit in the corner sends Prosser reeling. Upshaw has it for Florida. Out to the point for Campbell. Campbell plays across. Goodbranson sends it back in. Ballard's back in 5 seconds. Peary along the boards. Plays to the corner. Upshaw centering pass, and it just hopped by Goodbranson. Ballard is back on. The Wild are at full strength. Campbell backpedals into his own zone. Each team now 0 for 1 on the power play. Goodbranson. Cross-ice pass tipped into the Minnesota zone by Bergenheim. Backstrom to Scandella, and now Granlund. Able to get one through to Parise. Pominville dumps it into the Florida zone. Pominville ridden hard into the boards by Mitchell. Parise whipped it across. Nearly had Pominville. He would have had an empty net. Kopecky hit by Spurgeon and lost the puck. Suter quickly back the other way for Pominville. Pominville a drive. Bad save, Luongo. Good stick by Granlund. Pokes it away from Kopecky. Parise hustles after a loose puck along the board to Pominville, who's taken down by Campbell in the corner. Granlund to Spurgeon. Spurgeon a long shot, tipped by Parise. Got too much of it, and it didn't reach the net. Parise wins a battle, got it out to Suter, who throws it off the end boards. Pominville catches up with it in the corner. Inside 4 minutes left, first period. Jason Zucker, the only goal of the night, Wild leading 1-0. Campbell dumps it in for Florida. Penske. Pumped by Studer. Wild have been very good when playing from in front this year, 8-3 in games where they've scored the first goal. There's a chance for Zucker, but Goodmanson tied him up just enough to disrupt that rush. Koivu into the corner. Vanek to Scandella, shot pad save Luongo. Stop Zucker on the rebound. Scandella holds his own again. Zucker got a stick on it. Scandella sidestepped the check, lost the puck. Bukestad shoved up against the boards by Koivu. And Scandella's back to picking up for Minnesota. Zucker knocked down by Bukestad at center. That sends Huberdeau in. Huberdeau stops along the wall, looking for a lane. Then his shot's blocked by Koivu and picked up by Prosser. Prosser bumped by Bukestad, got the puck out to center. Koivu catches up with it there for Minnesota. Vanek relays it in and heads off. The 11-3 advantage in shots for Minnesota right now. Wild have had the better of the play. They had the game's only goal.
Like the Wild's forecheck. They have good jump in their legs. They're on the puck all the time.
Niederreiter intercepts. Niederreiter's in for Minnesota. He scores! Nino Niederreiter continues his scoring surge, his 10th goal of the year, and it's a 2-0 Minnesota lead.
Well, there's those quick hands again. We've talked about them over the last few games. The fact that Niederreiter, once he gets a move, it's strong and it's quick. And watch how he makes this look very easy. Goes forehand, quick backhand. That's a Mikko Koivu backhand that we see in the shootout. And he just lefts it right up underneath the bar. Luongo just cannot get across in time. And so Niederreiter just continues his torrid pace of scoring here. And the Wild, well, did something they weren't able to do against Tampa. Score 2 goals, but also draw the separation they need. Make it more difficult for a team to come back on you.
Ekblad brings it around out to neutral ice. Hayes dumps it into the Minnesota zone. Spurgeon's the first man back. Granlund drops it back in front of his own net. Spurgeon sends Parise through neutral ice. Parise to Pominville. Pominville tried to flip it into the corner. Spurgeon holds, and this one's gloved and held by Luongo. The Wild controlling the flow and leading 2-0. Time for our McDonald's Big Moments. Which recent Wild moment is your favorite? Marco Scandella adding offense. Couple of goals in his last 3 games. Jason Zucker's heroics. Scored the game winner in the Trips opener Thursday night in Philly. For the Wild family and friends trip, over 30 fathers, brothers, and friends of Wild players and staff on this trip as guests of the Wild. Log on to Fox Sports North's Facebook page to vote or tweet your pick with hashtag Big Moments on Twitter. Inside 2 minutes remaining in the first period. Period dominated by the Wild. 12 of the 15 shots on goal for Minnesota. Goals by Zucker and Niederreiter. And the Wild in front by 2. Backstrom with a pad save. Loose puck. Panthers control. Kulikov with a shot. And Backstrom had recovered. Was back square to the puck to make the save.
Yeah, that's the key word, recovery. And he did get back up. He was fully extended, but trying to take away the side of the net after this caught a really good carom off the back wall. But then he was able to get back into position, set himself, and make that final save look easy. Backstrom, pretty good numbers against the Panthers, career-wise. See if he can continue that pace.
Wild have been very good against Florida. 10, 1, and 2 in the last 13 meetings against the Panthers. Howell is tripped by Upshaw, and there's going to be a penalty against Florida. Minnesota goes back on the power play. Let's take
Florida number 19, minor penalty, tripping.
Let's take another quick look at that Nino Niederreiter breakaway backhander from the Phantom Cam. Look at that, right up underneath the arm. Luongo had quite a bit of coverage there, more than I had realized until we see this, and that was just a very well-placed shot by Niederreiter. Now the Wild have an opportunity to really open things up.
Second power play chance for Minnesota. This time it's Charlie Coyle up front. Pominville at one of the points along with Ryan Suter.
Mike Yos did say he was going to give Charlie Coyle some time. He took him off the power play to let him work on his game, and he likes the way he's trending, so reward him with some extra man time. See if he can get something going here.
Granlund, Parise, Pominville, Coyle, Suter, the Wild's 5. Having trouble gaining the offensive zone here. Coyle tips it. Pominville's in. Gives it to Coyle. Coyle sends it across Parise. Back to Granlund. Jokinen had him tied up. Granlund to Parise in the corner. Brings it around to Pominville at the point. Pominville back in for Parise. Parise plays to Granlund in the corner. Granlund bumped by Campbell. Got it to Parise. Parise centers. And Pominville didn't get all of it. Wound up wide. Coyle wheels and fires. Bad save Luongo. Suter holds his own. Parise can't catch up with a loose puck. And Campbell golfs at the length of the ice. And that'll bring us to the end of the first period. Minnesota with a couple of good chances on the power play. The horn sounds with Minnesota in front 2-0.
And one of them came to Charlie Coyle, who got a good shot. Nino Niederreiter, of course, continues his scoring pace. So the Wild, very good road first period at the end of a road trip. Good to see them with good legs here.
Our CenturyLink linked to what's next. Our NHL insider, Michael Russo, is back with us. Check out everything that's happening all across the National Hockey League. But up next, it's Kevin Gorg with one of the goal scorers for Minnesota, Jason Zucker. Minnesota 2, Florida 0. After one in South Florida, hockey community has lost a couple of significant pieces recently. Murray Oliver died of a heart attack Sunday at the age of 77, played and coached with the Minnesota North Stars, a 5-time All-Star. And Pat Quinn passed at the age of 71. Jack Adams winner as the coach of the year with 2 different franchises. A gold medal winner as the head coach of Team Canada. A couple of men who gave an awful lot to this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Pat Quinn was a big figure in the National Hockey League for so many years in many capacities. As a player, coach, GM, he did it all.
Underway in the second period, the Wild start on the power play. Koivu, Niederreiter, Vanek up front for Minnesota. Niederreiter dumps it in. Spurgeon and Suter at the points. Second power play chance for Minnesota tonight. They did not score on their first opportunity. Backstrom leaves it behind the net for Suter. And Suter starts forward for Minnesota. Cross-ice pass was tipped by Kopecky, recovered by Vanek. Vanek goes to the far side for Koivu. Koivu's in, brings it around along the wall. Vanek holds. Vanek in traffic, got it to Koivu, but his pass was deflected. And it's back out to neutral ice. 5 seconds left in the power play as Ryan Suter moves ahead. Suter rings it in. The Panthers are back at full strength. Upshaw is on. Upshaw carries it into the Minnesota zone. Pass back to the point. The Panthers were in the midst of a change, and they had to let the puck go because of it.
One of the players leaving the ice had the puck hit the back of his skate. But the player that jumped on didn't also play it, so that's why I think the referees just let that one slide.
Bjugstad works his way into the Minnesota zone. Bjugstad tied up by Scandella in the corner. Scandella kicks it ahead. Threw it right out in front of his own net. Upshaw was heading off on a change, and that allows Jason Zucker to pick it up for Minnesota. Zucker dumps it into the Florida zone. Campbell starts to move ahead. Campbell watched by Pominville at center. Played it to the Minnesota line. Ekblad's entry now picked up by Boyce. Fires it on goal. Boyce recovers the puck in the corner. Centered it. And a quick redirect by Barkov was just wide. Parise back for Minnesota. Drop pass to Granlund. Into the Florida zone. Granlund forced to the outside by Barkov. Parise to Pominville. In behind. Granlund was tied up. And Campbell has it to the line. Suter able to hold for Minnesota. Pominville picks it up, gives to Parisi in the corner. Parisi to the point, Spurgeon. Whips it across for Suter. Suter back to Spurgeon. Spurgeon settles it, fires. Bad save, Luongo. Suter centers. Nobody able to tip. Spurgeon fires. That's just wide. Suter for Minnesota. Back to the corner, Pominville. Parisi bumped by Campbell. Got it to Granlund, back of the net. Granlund to Parisi, and a save by Luongo. Great pressure by Minnesota. Pominville is going to take a tripping penalty. And the Panthers will go on the power play with Minnesota applying heavy pressure. Pominville gets whistled for tripping.
Well, you see the
Minnesota number 29, minor penalty, tripping.
Across the laces.
Our Menards game reset. Zucker and Niederreiter, the goals for Minnesota. Rico Koivu with a nifty pass to Zucker for Minnesota's first goal.
Well, last year the Panthers had the worst power play in the league at 10%. This year it's climbed a little bit, got her up in the 16% range.
Second chance tonight. Carter trying to get it out of the zone. It's held by Kulikov. Goodmanson fires, saved by Backstrom, another rebound. Hayes shoved it just wide. Kulikov holds. His shot blocked by Brodziak. Goodmanson then has it deflect up and into the netting, and we get a whistle. Nick Backstrom in the nets for Minnesota tonight. Mike Yeo said wanted to get him in, been looking for an opportunity to do it, and thought no better time than on a father-son trip, where now each goaltender was given one of the two starts.
You see a little conversation between he and Scandella, always communicating, especially, I mean, Nicholas Backstrom over the years obviously has played a lot more often, but the net being taken up by Kemper quite a bit lately, so maybe a little bit of communication there between goalie and defenseman to familiarize themselves with something that may have happened on the ice there in terms of how the puck was played.
Bukestad to Kulikov. Long shot, got through, and Backstrom able to hang on. Backstrom tonight making his 5th start of the year, his 6th overall appearance. But he's had only one start since November 6th.
Well, he saw that puck through traffic, so it was a good freeze right there. There's Darcy Kemper. Has been very good lately. Not an easy decision for Mike Yeo because of the fact that Kemper has played so well.
Kemper 7th in the league with a goals against average, just over 2. Jokinen centered it. Prosser hustling after it. And they're able to clear down to 45 seconds in the Pominville minor penalty. Alexander Barkov starts ahead, drops it back to Ekblad. Jokinen got a piece of it, but not enough to control it, and the Wild again able to clear. Campbell back in his own zone. Plays it ahead to Jokinen. 3-on-2 at the Minnesota line. Jokinen has it back. Looks for Ekblad. Just got it past Haula. Now Haula trying to outrace Ekblad for the loose puck. And Ekblad was able to get a stick on it. Deflect to the corner. Pominville back in a matter of seconds. Haula with good work along the wall. The power play is over. Parisi to the point for Ballard. Campbell in the corner. Lost it to Granlund. Pominville to Ballard. Parisi on the backhand, and a save by Luongo. Peary dumps it in from center ice. Dumba back to pick it up for Minnesota. Ahead to Ballard. Ballard cross ice. Pominville with speed into the zone, but he lost the puck. And Ballard will have to come back and pick it up for Minnesota. Thornton applies pressure. Takes Ballard down hard in the corner. Parisi tips to the line. Kulikov holds this one. No, waved off. Waved off. It deflected in off of Thornton.
In all likelihood, a high stick there. So the referees and linesmen will all get together and huddle up, have a very good heart-to-heart on what each of them saw. And they do confer on things like this. The puck comes in from the point, and Thornton skates across the front. And there is the reach upwards and knocking the puck downwards. Good hand-eye there by Thornton, but waved off by the referee. Tough to make those calls, too, when it's out in the slot like that. If it's right by the net, you have a good frame of reference with the crossbar, but out in the middle of the slot, you got to be a pretty good reach.
Much of this conversation is directed at Zach Parise, which has me wondering if they changed their call on the ice before going to the review.
That looks like a more positive angle for the Florida Panthers, as it didn't look like he got his stick up that high. But keep in mind, different angles will give you a different perspective every time. The referee on the phone right now as they take a peek at it. A lot of times you can make a judgment about the player himself. Thornton's 6'2" on skates. He's a little taller than that. So if it was at his shoulders, that's taller than the 6-foot high crossbar. But I don't know how much that comes into play. They are continuing to look at it.
The conversation and the debate continues, and obviously a big momentum swing potentially here if Florida gets this goal. They were starting to generate some offensive zone time. The forecheck, maybe their longest stretch in the offensive zone that we've seen all night.
On the tail end of a power play, a lot of times a power play, even if it doesn't score, will get you a little momentum because you start feeling confident about owning the puck in the offensive zone. There's different angles that'll tell a different story here. We'll see what the official call is.
The original call on the ice was waved off by me. After we got together, the official, we called it a good goal. It was confirmed with video. We got a good goal.
And they're giving it a good goal, and a different angle might have given a better look as to what happened. Here's another look. This is probably the best angle. There's the shot, and then there's the tip downwards. And so the argument there is that the stick did not come above the crossbar height, and so Thornton marks his first on a nice deflection. Good hand-eye there by catching that incoming pass or shot.
But what's important to note is the stick can go above the crossbar. The contact has to be below the crossbar. His stick clearly was above the crossbar at one point. But
on his way down, yep.
Here's Zucker with some speed. Zucker can't get a shot away. Nice job hustling back by Roback to disrupt Zucker's chance. Minnesota's lead cut in half. It's now 2-1.
Well, and I think it was Zach Parise telling you a little while back that when the shot's low, he tries to deflect it up high, and when it's high, he tries to deflect it down low, and that's what Thornton did. Even though Thornton's not known as a goal scorer, he'd still use the same principles as the goal scorers do.
Koivu against Bjugstad on the draw. Bjugstad pulls it back. Koivu intercepts a clearing attempt, and Vanek was uncovered in the slot. The pass was just behind him. Suter's long shot blocked on the way. Vanek intercepts, plays it across. Suter jumps back into the zone. Suter fires, was looking for a tip. Zucker was tangled up out front with Goodbranson. Bjugstad comes to center. Koivu knifes underneath and breaks it up. Kulikov, the only assist on the goal by Thornton. And Minnesota's offside. Florida cuts the lead in half on Thornton's tip. Minnesota leads 2-1. Thanks, Jamie. An interesting matchup there between two of the teams expected to be legitimate contenders in the Eastern Conference. The Bruins have struggled a bit this year. 13-9 so far. Pittsburgh coming off of a back-to-back situation against the New York Islanders where they dropped both games against the upstart Islanders.
Well, Zdeno Chara was put on IR long-term just to clear some space, and so they've been missing him for a little while. We've also had a few other players step in and out of the lineup at different times here over the last week or two, so they're struggling with health issues.
Boys dumps it into the Minnesota zone. Backstrom to play it, and it hops by Ekblad, comes out to neutral ice. Niederreiter to Charlie Coyle. Erik Haula centering this line. Niederreiter and Coyle, the two leading hitmen on the Wild roster. Niederreiter with 34 hits, Coyle with 33 on the year. Boys lost the puck just inside the Minnesota line. Niederreiter's back the other way. Has Haula with him. Niederreiter throws one through on goal. Easily steered to the corner by Luongo. Ekblad plays to Barkov, and it's out to center ice. Suter there for Minnesota. Wozniak bobbled the pass at center. Now got it back. Gets it to Carter. Carter fires high and wide. Fontaine hustling to join the play. Tried to get it to Wozniak. Fontaine didn't get all of it on the pass. And the Panthers clear. Prosser back to pick it up for Minnesota. Prosser ridden hard into the boards by Hayes. Wilder back through neutral ice with Fontaine. Fontaine tried to cut to the middle. Had his stick knocked out of his hands. It's going to be a penalty against Florida. Scandella sets up behind his net. Delayed penalty coming against the Panthers. Scandella ahead to Carter. Carter lost the puck for a moment at center. Back to Scandella. Scandella to Parise. Parise sends Fontaine in. Fontaine fires just wide. Rebound controlled by Prosser. Carter to Fontaine behind the net. Fontaine tied up by Peary. And we'll get the whistle and the penalty called. Minnesota will get a power play chance after the slashing call made.
Here's the slash and open ice. Right there, chopped the stick right out of Fontaine's hands, and so the Wild get the man advantage.
Under penalty, slashing.
So the Wild now go on the power play. Lately, the Wild offense has been these four guys. The last 10 goals scored by the Wild have come from just 4 players, including the 2 tonight. One by Zucker, one by Niederreiter. So we'll see Niederreiter on the ice at the start of this power play. He, Vanek, and Koivu are up front with Suter and Pominville at the points. Suter able to keep the puck alive. Now it's Pominville at the point. Pominville banks it back out for Vanek. Vanek to Pominville. Pominville fires. Didn't get much of it. It was deflected. Koivu. Niederreiter to Pominville. Suter works his way in. Suter fires on goal, and it's held by Luongo.
Well, Niederreiter desperately looking for something out of the equipment of Roberto Luongo. Good play, aggressive move by Suter initially to keep that puck in the zone.
Offensive zone faceoff coming for Minnesota. Wild have just 6 goals on the power play all year. 4 of them scored by Niederreiter. Suter winds, fires, save Luongo, and he tracked that well with big bodies in front.
Luongo playing big, playing solid for the Florida Panthers, really giving them an opportunity to stay in hockey games, and that's one of the things that they've been able to do this season. Some third period heroics lately just to get them into extra frames and get that point.
Vanek works his way to the middle. His shot was blocked. Suter able to hold. Pominville all the way across for Koivu, off target, and Jokinen will clear for Florida. Suter backpedals in his own zone. Pominville plays it ahead, tipped in by Vanek. He and Coyle crisscross at the line, and Florida gets another quick clear. Halfway through Minnesota's third power play of the night. Shooter drives it in. Coyle along the boards. Pominville cannot hold. It's a short-handed breakaway for Upshaw. Upshaw fires, saved by Backstrom.
Huge save by Backstrom there. Good pressure by the Wild. Upshaw didn't have a lot of space or a lot of time, and that's forcing him just to shoot the puck. But Backstrom challenged really well.
Scandella cannot hold. Half a minute left in the Wild power play. Spurgeon and Scandella on the points. Coyle, Parise, Granlund up front for Minnesota. Granlund gains his own. Feeds Scandella. Charlie Coyle tried to center. Coyle then goes down in a heap. Took Campbell with him. That allowed Scandella to catch up with the puck. Coyle whips it backward. Off target for Spurgeon, and Spurgeon has to come back out to neutral ice. Peary is back. The Panthers are at full strength. Minnesota is 0 for 3 on the power play. Keith Ballard comes back in his own zone. Past the halfway point here in the second period. Wild 2, Panthers 1. Boyce drops it back, and the shot is held by Backstrom. Upshaw with a shorthanded chance, but Nick Backstrom makes his biggest save of the night and keeps Minnesota in front by 1. Boyce dumps it into the Minnesota zone. Chance there for Bergenheim as he tried to cut to the net, but he lost the puck, and Carter plays it back the other way for Minnesota. Carter into the Florida zone. Delivers a hit against Roback in the corner. Goodbranson ahead through neutral ice. Scandella intercepts for Minnesota. Boyce has it poked away by Brodziak. And now Marco Scandella for Minnesota across to Nate Prosser. Carter for Minnesota into the Florida zone. Fires one wide of the target. Upshaw's the first man back for the Panthers. Pominville tried to get it to Suter. It's tipped, and here comes Upshaw through neutral ice. Cut off by Parise just enough. And Spurgeon finds Pominville. Ahead to Granlund. Granlund to Parise joining the play. Now it's Spurgeon. Winds, fires. Glove save Luongo, and he covers the rebound. Your next chance to take advantage of the Fox Sports North Minnesota Wild Fan Pack ticket offer is Wednesday, December 3rd, when the Wild face off against the Montreal Canadiens. Starting at $60, you'll get 2 upper-level tickets to the game, 2 hot dogs, 2 sodas. For details, visit foxsportsnorth.com. Click on the upcoming event on the Hot Topics bar.
Oh, that was a kind of passing play that the Wild enjoyed a lot in the early parts of the season. Good to see them back to a lot of good speed and touch passes with players driving to the middle of the net.
Spurgeon holds. Luongo knocked it down. Kulikov is there. Ahead for Jokinen. Jokinen cross ice. Peary lets it go by for Mitchell, who dumps it in. First man in is Hayes. Hayes and Spurgeon collide into the boards. Jokinen back to the point. Kulikov with a shot. That deflects wide. Pominville to the line, but Mitchell holds. Peary. Back to the point, Mitchell. Kulikov fires. Tipped. Saved by Backstrom.
Good deflection.
Parise is able to play it out to center.
Backstrom made himself as big as possible there. Right up in behind the player deflecting it, which was Jimmy Hayes, a sizable player, so he takes up a lot of the vision for Nicholas Backstrom.
Ekblad into the Minnesota zone, and they're offside. Kopecky came in before Peary had exited, and we'll get a neutral zone draw.
Panthers starting to get some more pucks towards the net. Good deflection in front of Nicholas Backstrom. So starting to see a little more action. Gerard Gallant will roll a lot of his lines here and keep his guys fresh, as they say, so that in the third period they might have a little more steam.
Vanek. Tip to Koivu. Dumba knocks the puck out of the air and plays it ahead. Vanek for Zucker. A bouncing puck. Makes that difficult. Now Vanek recovers. Kopetsky takes it away as Vanek was trying to get one across to Mikko Koivu. Ballard back in his own zone. Ballard chased out from behind the net. Flips it out to neutral ice. Ekblad is back. Off the glass and out. Ballard plays it ahead. Vanek lost it at the Florida line. Apologize. You may have heard inappropriate language from our ice level mics here in Florida.
Someone has a potty mouth down there, but
Prosser holds here for Minnesota. His shot tipped and Zucker redirects. That changed directions twice, but Luongo able to cover.
Now Zucker's been all over the puck right from the first period. He's been getting that puck to the net, scored a goal in the first period as well, and has had a couple of good looks around the front of the net here in the second. It's amazing the confidence that'll get into your game. That big goal that he scored in Philadelphia at the final minute of that game to give the Wild a win at the top end of this three-game road trip, and now he's scored another big goal in this one.
Scandella cut off as he tried to center. Coyle trying to keep it alive in the corner. Coyle slammed up against the glass. Goodbranson has it knocked away by Haula, but now Boyes has it, and the Panthers come back to center ice. Bergenheim into the Minnesota zone. Scandella and Boyes go hard into the boards. Niederreiter's there for Minnesota. He has the other Wild goal tonight, his 10th of the year, which leads the team. A wraparound try. Backstrom got over there and makes the pad stop, covers the rebound, and we get a whistle. Wild on top by 1 in Florida.
Wild still lead the Panthers 2-1. Great to catch up with Nick Bjugstad this morning. He talked about a friendship he's developing with Wild forward Zach Parise. They share the same skating coach in Diane Ness, train a lot in the summer together, and a big fan of the way Zach Parise shoots the puck from anywhere and drives the net. Even though Bjugstad's a different player with his size, trying to incorporate some of that into his game. In that last road trip, he said he started doing exactly what Zach Parise has always done. Shoot from anywhere, and pucks are going in right now for Nick Bjugstad, guys.
That's a good theory, something that the Wild are trying to incorporate back into their game. Of course, they did such a good job of it. Maybe something to the fact that when Zach Parise went out of the lineup, you don't have that same kind of leadership from that perspective where you see it all the time, because you do see it in Zach's game all the time. When he went out of the lineup with injury, maybe the Wild had a little lapse of memory.
Fontaine tied up by Bjugstad. Upshaw and Campbell carries forward. Wild outscored 14-3 during their 4-game losing streak. Had the offense back on track since. 16 goals in their last 5 games. They've won 4 of those 5. The only exception was the last time out Saturday in Tampa. Our window concepts game reset. Minnesota got first period goals from Zucker and Niederreiter. Sean Thornton with his first of the year on a tip goal that was reviewed and upheld. Florida's within 1 late here in the second period. Spurgeon in the corner. Spurgeon to Carter at center ice. Fontaine picks up the loose puck for Minnesota and dumps it in. Fontaine, Brodziak, Carter, the 4th line for Minnesota tonight. Still waiting for the return of Matt Cook. Cook brought so much energy to the Wild's 3rd and 4th lines early in the season. Hoping to be back on the ice skating in the next couple of days. Granlund Pushes this puck out through neutral ice. Kulikov back in his own zone for Florida. Mitchell banks it off the boards, and Hayes has it. Across at center for Jokinen. Jokinen into the Minnesota zone. Puts on the brakes. Pressured by Ballard. Across to Goodbranson. To the middle. Peary wanted the one-timer. It wasn't there. Now Mitchell fires. That got through, and a pad save by Backstrom. Parise to Granlund. Granlund at center ice for Minnesota. Carries into the Florida zone. Gives to Pominville. Pominville walks to the circle. His shot tipped by Parise. Granlund trying to fight off a check. Scandella with a poke check. Keeps the play alive. Knocked it away from Kopecky. Parise sends Granlund into the Florida zone. Granlund trying to escape Goodbranson. Mitchell plays it around. Pominville's the first man there. He's pasted into the sideboards. Granlund for Minnesota. Leaves it along the boards. And now Parise behind the net. Crosser center. Zucker a shot. And Luongo makes the save. Luongo down. And now he finally is climbing back to his feet. Collects his stick as the Wild play it back in. Koivu got it to Zucker. Zucker scores! Second of the night, and what a night for Jason Zucker. He's been the most dominant player for either side, and Minnesota leads by 2.
Just finished crashing the net, and he stuck with it. Got the puck back and went and backhand shelf after driving to the top of the crease. Good forecheck. He's been doing that. A big hit there, and then he gets rewarded as he drives to the net and fires one up top. On both of Zucker's goals, you got to give a lot of credit to Mikko Koivu, because on the forecheck, he's able to separate the puck away from the player. Even though Zucker's hit helped him do that, Mikko Koivu's made a couple of good little passes there and sprung Zucker that time for his second of the game.
Zucker has 9 shots on goal in this game. 1/3 of the Wild's total. Nearly as many as the Panthers have as a team. Florida with 14.
Well, you remember in Philadelphia, that good forecheck is what created a situation for him to eventually get a good pass and score the goal. Well, again, Zucker getting in there on the forecheck. Good physical play. And he beats his opponent off of the boards, and he springs free right to the front of the net.
Coyle dumps it into the Florida zone. Battle in the corner, and Campbell has it for the Panthers. Niederreiter leaves it for Charlie Coyle. Coyle tried to center. Niederreiter catches up with it in the corner. He's bumped by Ekblad. Charlie Coyle to Haula. Haula to Niederreiter. This line has had regular time in the offensive zone all night as well for Minnesota. Campbell comes back for Florida. Inside a minute and a half remaining in the second period. Campbell deflects. Charlie Coyle has it there for Minnesota. Coyle hands it off to Ryan Suter, who starts ahead. Haula across for Coyle. That failed to click. Spurgeon has it for Minnesota, but turned it over. Well, they say it hit a player in the bench area, so we get a whistle. The 9 shots on goal for Zucker, career high. His previous high was 6, which he had a couple of times.
No, he's a shooter, and when I asked him during the time where he was getting opportunities but not putting the puck in the net, he said, you know what, hard work and persistence is going to get it done, because it's going to come eventually if you keep putting pucks at the net, and he's not kidding.
Zucker all tangled up with Willie Mitchell behind the play. Scandella centers, and Luongo robs Koivu from point-blank range. Prosser holds the zone for Minnesota.
Well, roughing up a couple of the players. Zucker has 2 goals. Koivu has a couple of assists, and both of them got the business end of a couple of Panther sticks and punches, trying to get them off their game.
Willie Mitchell still barking at the Wild bench as he heads to the Florida bench. The Panther captain trying to get something ignited, slapping his stick on the glass. He's really hot. He was tangled up on that shift with Zucker. Took a run at Prosser as well. Jokinen into the Minnesota zone. Cleared back out, and that'll bring us to the end of the second period.
Last chance, a very good one for the Wild. Again, this line, pressure. Quick little move by Scandella. Almost got it all the way through. Koivu looking for his 3rd point of the game.
Jason Zucker with a pair of goals, and the Wild have a 2-goal lead. Kevin Gorg will chat with the other man who scored tonight, Nino Niederreiter, next. Wild 3, Panthers 1 after 2. Jason Zucker with a pair of goals for Minnesota. Before we start the third, our Sanford Health injury report focuses on a former member of the Wild.
Well, it looks like it continues in Anaheim. Similar to the Mumps. They've obviously had some issues stemming through their locker room. The Wild, of course, have had a brush with the same thing. St. Louis has had some as well. And Brodin has had some similar symptoms, is still out. The Wild hope to have him working out and skating very soon.
Mitchell back in his own zone for Kulikov. We're underway in the third. Panthers have shown the ability to come from behind in recent games. Scored twice in the final minute to tie Nashville the other night. Ended up losing the game in a shootout. But they have shown the ability to come from behind and come from multiple goal deficits late. In fact, they've been either even or tied after 2 periods 12 times this season. And they've managed to come back and get points in 8 of those 12. 2, 4, and 6. Scandella in the corner. Battles with Huberdeau. Campbell pinches down to hold the zone. And now Zucker scoops up the loose puck for Minnesota. Scandella back to Zucker. Zucker sidesteps a check, reaches center, and dumps it in for Minnesota. The Wild will change. Campbell around behind for Ekblad. Luongo sensed trouble and swept it away. Parise in the corner. Parise tried to go across to Spurgeon. It's intercepted, and here's a chance for Upshaw. Upshaw cut off by Suter, drops to Ekblad, and Spurgeon caught up with the play. In time to break it up. Pominville at center. Into the Florida zone. His shot well wide. Parise fires from the wall, and that deflects into the netting. All rights to tonight's broadcast are reserved. Any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, telecommunication to the public, or other unauthorized use of this broadcast without the express written permission of the Minnesota Wild is prohibited. Face-off coming in the Panther zone. Hall on the draw for Minnesota against Brandon Peary, and Peary wins it for Florida. Panthers have had the upper hand in the face-off circle throughout the night tonight. Icing here, and another face-off in the offensive zone coming for the Wild.
Wild in good position here. They're aware of what the Panthers are able to do recently. But if they continue to forecheck like they have in this hockey game, they shouldn't have any trouble. They've had very good puck pursuit in this hockey game. Obviously, they've put the puck at the net.
Coyle with a takeaway and fires wide. Niederreiter intercepts a clearing attempt, plays it back to Ballard. Ballard to Niederreiter, who starts ahead for Minnesota. Niederreiter into the Florida zone and rifles one wide.
Yeah, that's become a calling card for him. Coming up to the defenseman and pulling the puck to a different angle and just unleashing one, using the defenseman as a screen.
Hayes centered, intercepted by Dumba. Dumba lost it. Peary trying to center. He was tied up neatly on the play by Niederreiter. Coyle sends it out to neutral ice. Minnesota wants to change. 2.5 minutes into the third. Wild on top by 2. Ballard to Charlie Coyle. And Coyle taps it out and into the Florida zone. Willie Mitchell back to pick it up. Kulikov back to Mitchell. Mitchell fires it in. Icing immediately waved off. Nate Prosser to play for Minnesota. Carter carries forward for the Wild. Plays to Fontaine. Fontaine waits for Carter to break to the net. Then tried to go all the way across to Brodziak, but that was intercepted. Bergenheim deflects it into the Minnesota zone. Marco Scandella back to pick it up. Nate Prosser's there for the Wild. Floats one ahead through neutral ice. Campbell has it there for Florida. Upshaw dumps it into the Minnesota zone. Backstrom to play it. Along the boards, it's relayed out to center. Zucker pursues for Minnesota. Nearly forced a turnover. Spurgeon has to come back. Hit there by Huberdeau. Suter plays it up the boards. Campbell pinching in, manages to get it past Zucker and around to the far side. Ekblad wheels and fires on goal. And Backstrom holds on for Minnesota. Third period so far in this trip has been Minnesota's best period as you take a look at shots on goal and shots attempted. The Wild have gotten a little bit better in each period in the games in Philly and Tampa and much more efficient with their shots.
Well, they had to, definitely in Philly. They gave up a lot of shots. Kemper had to be very solid in that game, but they came back and played a very solid third there. Tried to have a response in Tampa. And here it's about keeping their foot on the gas.
Keep your foot on the gas and play smart at the same time. Thornton fires, saved by Backstrom, and it deflects up and out of play. Tonight on Fox Sports Live, not one but 2 NFL games on Monday night. Donovan McNabb and Randy Moss will break down the huge playoff implications in those games. LeBron and the Cavs try to avoid their 5th consecutive loss. And Johnny Football in trouble again? Jay Glazer has the latest. It's all coming up tonight on Fox Sports Live. Fontaine trying to clear the zone for Minnesota. Can't do it. Kopecky wheels and fires. Backstrom with a save. Kopecky took Ballard's stick up in the face, and Ballard is going to draw another penalty. Third penalty of the night whistled against Ballard, and Florida will go on the man advantage.
Even the inadvertent ones will cost you a couple minutes.
2 minutes for high sticking.
You see how it rides up the arm of Kopecky and just comes up into the face area. Ballard trying to sweep the puck up the wall.
So the Panthers go on the power play. Third chance of the night. They're 0 for 2 so far. Campbell has his shot blocked. Ekblad fires, saved by Backstrom. A lot of traffic in front of him, and Backstrom still got a piece of it. Brodziak deflects the pass intended for Boys. Now Campbell holds his own. Ekblad to Jokinen. Jokinen takes the return pass, goes to Ekblad, back to Jokinen. Jokinen cross ice for Campbell. It was tipped, and then Campbell fanned on it. Jokinen has it back to the point for Ekblad. Across to Campbell. Campbell for Ekblad. He fires, looking for a tip. And Backstrom hangs on. Nate Prosser playing traffic cop in front of the net for Minnesota.
Well, definitely policing the area around Backstrom, who has gobbled up what pucks have come his way. So much tougher on the defenders if the goaltender's spitting pucks out, but Backstrom has been able to gobble up what's been shot through screens.
Draw controlled by the Panthers. Goodbranson plays to Kulikov, and now Peary. Peary, who had scored goals in 3 consecutive games before being injured in a game against Arizona that caused him to miss 10. Suter plays it out of the zone. Kulikov has to come back to pick it up. Past the halfway point of the Florida power play. Kulikov into the Minnesota zone. Forced outside by Spurgeon. Goodbranson holds. Spurgeon hustling after it. Spurgeon gets there first and clears for Minnesota. Goodbranson moving ahead with a half a minute left. To Jokinen, their leading scorer. Boys drops back to Goodbranson. His shot blocked by Carter, and Carter pushes it ahead, shorthanded, out of Niederreiter's reach, so they'll head off on a change. 15 left in the power play. Into the Minnesota zone. Boys has it in the corner. Campbell pinches in. Ballard is back on. The Wild are at full strength. Ekblad with a long shot. That's knocked down by Prosser. Campbell's shot also blocked by Prosser. Prosser then picks his pocket in the corner and sends it ahead. It's out of Granlund's reach, and it'll be icing against the Wild. See if Mike Gill uses his timeout here. Prosser has been on the ice for a long time during that penalty kill.
The Wild did a good job on that penalty kill. Not give up a lot in the middle of the ice. Couple shots that did get through. Backstrom was able to grab it. Mike Gill electing to keep his guys out there. Enough guys went for a line change that he's going to let the face-off occur.
Long shot, got through, and Backstrom got a stick on it. Upshaw tried to jam one in, and the Wild finally clear. They'll try to change. Campbell plays it across to Ekblad. Ekblad chased by Pominville. Just over 7 minutes into the third. 5 skaters aside as Minnesota has killed off the third Florida power play of the night. Spurgeon took a heavy hit from Hayes in the corner. He's still on his knees with the puck stuck in between him. Upshaw, Hayes trying to dig the puck loose. Turnover gives a chance for Bergenheim. He dropped it back in the slot, and Upshaw fanned on it. Kulikov spins and plays in behind. Bergenheim behind the net. Gives it to Mitchell. Back to Bergenheim. Wild bottled up in their own zone here midway through the third. Kulikov comes back to pick it up in his own end. Kulikov from outside the Minnesota line fires one in. Knocked aside by Backstrom. And the Wild clear, but it'll be icing again unless Zucker can negate. Zucker wins another race to negate an icing. Tried to center. That's at least 3 of those on this road trip where Zucker has used his speed to avoid an icing. Bukestad fires one in on the backhand, and it's held by Backstrom. Minnesota's at full strength. Jason Zucker negates an icing with his speed. 3-1 Minnesota. Wild 3, Panthers 1. Midway through the third, here are Medica sounds of the game.
Goaltenders, when they hear that sound, to have a little bit of hope, I suppose. But Zucker used it against Luongo there as he clangs one off the pipe and in, his second of the game, and give the Wild a 3-1 lead.
When the clank is followed by a woo, then it's not a good combination.
Yeah, that's true.
Zucker to Koivu. These two have had a big night for Minnesota. Back to Suter, a shot saved by Luongo. Vanek tried to center. It's tipped. And back the other way, Bjugstad. Suter trying to catch up with the play. Bjugstad centered it. All the way across to the near side. Huberdeau there. That last shot for Minnesota, their first of the third period. It took them almost 9 minutes to collect their first shot on goal here in the third. First 9 shots of the period for Florida. Into the Minnesota zone. A long shot right on by Bergenheim, held by Backstrom. Minnesota trying to find a way to get their road game to match what they do at home. At home, 7-1. 4 goals a game. They've been one of the most efficient home teams in all of hockey. They're in the top 3 in the league in goals, goals allowed, and the penalty kill at home. And you could see those road numbers not close.
And it's obviously tough to get it to match, but you certainly want it to be as close as possible. They're finding a way lately.
Niederreiter with that same move, working his way to the middle of the rink, but then whistled one wide. Erik Haula up against the end boards. Niederreiter delivers a hit. Haula joins the battle for the puck. Haula to Niederreiter. Out to the point for Nate Prosser. Across to Scandella. Scandella's long shot goes off the glass. Niederreiter wheels and fires. That hit the side of the net. And now we get a whistle. Hand pass is called.
Well, we see Nino Niederreiter, and I mentioned this earlier, use this move, and watch when he pulls the puck back to the middle. That, believe it or not, changes the angle by about 6 feet from where he shoots it. Goaltender's got to make a quick adjustment, especially as close as he was, but he even makes that move when he's out near the tops of the circles, and he can really give goaltenders fits. You make a change from the backhand all the way on one side to the forehand on the other. That's a good 5 or 6 feet that you can change the angle. And with his release, the way he fires the puck, goaltenders do not have time to adjust very much.
3 seconds away from the halfway point of the third. Niederreiter has been such a huge addition to Minnesota's offense. Goal tonight is 10th of the year. That leads the team. His game just seems to be getting better and better. Looks like a more and more confident player with the puck on a nightly basis.
He looks faster too, and whether he is or not, when you're skating with confidence, generally you look like you have a lot more jump to your step, and he's getting to places in a hurry. He's using his size, and he's definitely using that shot of his.
Granlund, Spurgeon with a blast, but it's over the top of the net. Parise to Suter and across to Spurgeon. Tees it up again, and a pad save by Luongo. Hayes comes to center, plays it into the Minnesota zone. 30 saves tonight for Luongo in the Florida net. Mika Kiprusoff, the only goaltender all time that has more wins against the Minnesota Wild than Roberto Luongo. Luongo has beaten Minnesota 16 times in his career. Carter to Granlund. Icing waved off. The Panthers will have to play this one. Throwback in the corner. Fontaine intercepts the clearing attempt. Brodziak has it. Brodziak fires. Save! And then Fontaine could not find the handle with Luongo down.
Luongo laid his arm down. Don't know if that stopped it or not, but boy, good pressure by this line. They're just trying to outwork the Panthers on that shift, and they almost got it to go for them.
Carter dumps it in from the Florida line. Wild will change as Campbell comes into the Minnesota zone. Drops to Peary. His shot wide of the target. Scooped up by Zucker. Zucker sent it ahead through neutral ice. Intercepted by Peary. Vanek pressures, but the Panthers are right back in. Peary works to the middle. His shot deflected wide. Bjugstad centers. Nobody home for Florida. Peary in the corner. Plays it back in behind the net. Huberdeau Watched by Scandella. Scandella takes him down hard. Vanek taps to Koivu. Vanek now to Scandella. Back to Vanek. Koivu trailing the play. Vanek goes down low to Zucker. And Zucker tried to find the captain. It's intercepted, and Huberdeau has it at center.
Well, Vanek again showing why he leads the team in assists. A lot of nifty little passes there. Got it down low to Zucker, but he was a little too tight onto the goal line.
Niederreiter rammed hard into the boards by Kulikov. Kulikov starts back for Florida. His long one on goal, so there is no icing. Backstrom tried to shovel it around to Spurgeon. Good hustle on the play by Bergenheim to break that up. Boys out to the point. Mitchell has his shot blocked by Coyle. And it caroms out to neutral. Niederreiter gives it to Coyle. Coyle puts on the brakes in the Florida zone. Erik Haula rings it around behind. Niederreiter returns the favor on Kulikov. Suter looking for a lane. Gives it to Haula. Wheels and fires. Save Luongo. Niederreiter! And another stop by Luongo. Laying flat on his stomach. He makes a big stop, keeping the Wild lead at 2. Our Toyota get caught up. Minnesota got on the board first. Jason Zucker. And then Nino Niederreiter with his team leading 10th of the year. It was 2-0 after 1. After Florida had cut the lead to 2-1, Jason Zucker scored again, giving Minnesota a 2-goal lead.
Now you can tell he's got the feel for it right now, both he and Niederreiter, with the way they're going to the net, shooting the puck and coming very close here in the third again.
6.5 left in the third. Parisi. Ranlund keeping the puck in the corner. Willie Mitchell there to defend for Florida. Jokinen comes away with it for the Panthers. Flips one in the air. Upshaw pokes it past Suter, then tries to jump around the Wild defenseman. Suter sends him hard into the boards. One of those subtle physical plays by Ryan Suter. Campbell to Jokinen. Jokinen shot intercepted by Suter and cleared. This will be icing against Minnesota. And a face-off back in the neighborhood of Nick Backstrom with just under 6 minutes left.
They talked about it being a trap game for them. The Florida Panthers, that is. The Wild have made them feel that way with a good effort here. A lot of pressure, a lot of shots. It's a pretty good flow for the Wild in this hockey game.
Bjugstad centers, and a quick shot by Huberdeau. Like it hit the side of the net. Peary in behind, tried to center for Bjugstad. Granlund had him tied up to Parisi, and it's a 2-on-1 for Minnesota. Parisi and Pominville. Parisi fires wide. Pominville tried to center. It bounces by Scandella and out to neutral ice.
Yeah, it looks like Parisi caught a rolling puck, just did not get the kind of shot he wanted. Good setup there.
Koivu's in for Minnesota. Koivu on the backhand, tried to center. Vanek was set up on the weak side post, but the centering pass was broken up. Peary pass to neutral ice. Dumps it into the Minnesota zone and heads off. Bergenheim centers. Backstrom spread eagle and knocks this down. It didn't look like he saw it clearly, but Backstrom makes the save. A preview of Wild Live is next.
At Mall of America studio, I'm Jamie Hirsch reminding you that Wild Live, presented by CenturyLink, is coming up immediately after the game. Tom Chorsky and I will look at Jason Zucker's big night, along with Nino Niederreiter getting in on the action. We'll get some player reaction and hear from head coach Mike Yeo. Next, guys.
Thanks, Jamie.
Well, the Wild coming close here in the third to putting a nail in the coffin. Niederreiter looking for his second. This is Fontaine's shot. I thought maybe the arm got down for Luongo, but it wasn't. It was the 3D right to the face mask. But Luongo finding a way to stop it in any fashion. He's playing stunt goalie in the last few minutes here.
Defensive zone draw controlled by Minnesota. Charlie Coyle cannot clear the zone. Boys into the corner. Boys has a puck back, centers, and a point-blank chance for Bergenheim is stopped by Backstrom. Backstrom has had Bergenheim's number tonight.
Yeah, he's been in front of him, especially in this last shift a couple times. Blocked him on the sequence before, and then this one is a point-blank shot. Looks like it caught him up underneath the arm, so Bergenheim was firing for that inside post. And Backstrom says no.
Brodziak at his clearing attempt hit a skate. Bergenheim tied up by Suter behind the net. Suter quickly on the puck. Bergenheim rides him hard from behind into the boards. Boys goes down. Brodziak trying to get the puck free for Minnesota. And now Boys has it in the corner. Suter strips him of the puck. Those two continue to tussle. It's been a physical battle between Boys and Suter on this shift. And now Suter flips one by Willie Mitchell and back into Florida territory. Campbell starts ahead for the Panthers. Cut off by Fontaine. He spins back in his own zone. Got it ahead to Jokinen. Jokinen avoids Granlund. Onside at the line. But then the puck bobbled by Upshaw. Upshaw back in for Jokinen. Jokinen centers. Campbell was tied up by Granlund. And then Hayes sent one wide to the net. Jokinen back up high. Long shot blocked by Granlund. And then Pominville with a block shot. That allows Parise to pick it up. He tried to spring Pominville through neutral ice. And as the Wild touch the puck offside is called against Minnesota.
Now here's the pressure that we're seeing from Florida. Something that other teams have seen late in games. You think that they're out of it, but they continue to come at you and fire pucks at the net. They've had some good grade A scoring chances here in the last couple of shifts. And they continue to pressure in the offensive zone. And a 3-1 lead, is it comfortable? Sure. Is it a guarantee? Absolutely not.
I'm not sure Mike Yeo would tell you it was even comfortable.
No, maybe not.
Haula on the draw against Peary, and Peary controls for Florida. Kulikov across to Ekblad, and now Kulikov has it back. Chased by Coyle as he plays it all the way down. Icing waved off. Backstrom out to pick it up for Minnesota. Bjugstad knocks it down. Charlie Coyle after on the near side for Minnesota. Coyle takes a whack from Bjugstad, but manages to maintain the puck. So strong along the wall with the puck is Charlie Coyle. Niederreiter tips it all the way down, and with 3 minutes left, Kulikov's back to pick it up for the Panthers. Peary starts forward. From center, he dumps it in. It's on goal. Backstrom redirects to the corner. Bergenheim let it go by, and Jason Zucker was the first one there. Now Zucker recovers a loose puck again, hands it off to Mikko Koivu, and Zucker breaks for the net. Koivu flips it on goal. Luongo knocks it down and covers.
I like the thought process, though. The Wild continue to toss pucks at the net.
Bud Light once on tap. Minnesota's back at home on Wednesday night. Former Wild Marian Gaborik and the LA Kings. And the Wild hit the road again for a battle in Dallas on Friday night. Granlund on this draw for Minnesota. Spurgeon holds his own, rings it into the corner. Pominville trying to come up with the puck for Minnesota. He finally does. Watched by Campbell. Reverses direction. Gives it to Granlund along the boards. Granlund back to Pominville. And now Parise. Parise watched by Goodbranson. Parise taking a look. Got it to Pominville. And Pominville caught it on the heel of the stick. It flutters to the corner. Campbell. Bothered there by Granlund. Loose puck scooped up, and here's Bergenheim to center for Florida. Bergenheim crisscrosses at the Minnesota line with Boys, drops it back, Backstrom with a save. Goodbranson takes a whack at Suter, then shoves him up against the boards. Suter doesn't like it and retaliates with a jab. Boys centers, loose puck, Boys fires, and it deflects up into the corner. Suter there for Minnesota. Tape to Pominville through traffic. Empty net for Zach Parise. He scores. It's 4-1 Minnesota with 90 seconds left.
Oh boy, what an answer here, because the Florida Panthers, one of the reasons why they are in games late is because they believe they can be, and they pressure and get shots. And Nick Backstrom made a couple of saves there. Boys with a shot. Bergenheim again with a rebound save. Watch this shot right in front, and then the side. Not sure whether it got a piece of someone or not, but then Zach Parise ices it here with the empty netter.
Coyle plays it back into his own zone. Ballard is there for Minnesota. It's an empty net goal for Parise. The play made by Ryan Suter with a brilliant pass to Pominville. Suter picked up a loose puck at the side of the net, and with all kinds of bodies in between him, watch how he threads this one through for Pominville in stride at neutral ice.
Yeah, he does that on a regular basis, and that is highlight reel material for most players, but for Ryan Suter, that's run-of-the-mill zone exits. I mean, he has an extension pass like none other.
Niederreiter works his way around Ekblad. Puck goes into the corner. Mitchell knocks it off of his stick. We're in the final minute here. Minnesota will make this a highly successful 2-1 road trip. A late win in Philadelphia. Tough loss in Tampa. And now a 4-1 decision here in Florida. A game where Minnesota was in command most of the night. An efficient road win. The Wild will get set to welcome the Kings to St. Paul on Wednesday night.
But not for lack of trying by the Panthers. They had plenty of great opportunities, and the Wild came up with some big plays and big saves when they needed them. It was all very timely.
Backstrom with 16 third period saves for Minnesota. Panthers had only 14 shots through the first two periods, but 16 in the third. Panthers whistled offside with 3 seconds left.
Now this is where you learn how to win on the road. Coming in at the tail end of a trip against a team that maybe not at the top of the standings, but playing very well lately. Wild came in, didn't take anything lightly, and had a pretty good game here.
Nick Backstrom earns the win for Minnesota. 29 saves for the veteran goaltender. And the Wild Dads will be on a happy plane home after the Wild bounce back from the loss in Tampa.
Now they really wanted to win for their dads and brothers. They're able to come in here and get a good response. Of course, they weren't in Philadelphia, so the father-son trip really did start in Tampa, and they came back with a big win here. Jason Zucker, Temp star of the game, just truly feeling his game in the right way, and he responds very well with a couple big goals.
And Jamie, a big road win for Minnesota. They make it 2 out of 3 with a 4-1 victory here in Florida.
And a night to remember for Jason Zucker. He led the way for the Wild tonight as they leave Florida with a win, and we will break this game down next on Wild Live. We'll get some player reaction and hear directly from head coach Mike Yeo coming up right after this.